welcome or welcome back to 4F Beauty. When will I be YouTube famous? I don't know. But me and my girlies in the Beauty YouTuber growth group, we're going to keep plugging away and plugging each other's channels in the hope we can spread the love just a little bit further. Right, today's film, I'm trying to get as many done today as I can because I'm actually having a reasonably good pain day. Say it quietly because it don't happen very often. And I've had this on my phone for a while to film, but I just never had got round to it, so I'm going to do it now. It's been on my phone since August last year, so yeah, sorry for the delay, finally getting round to it. This is a tag video started by Lacey from Spooky Lips and Fathips, who I absolutely adore, and this is her The Makeup Mess tag. So, I will link Lacey's channel below. Here's a picture of Lacey here. Hopefully, editing me will put a suitable picture here now. And if I can find it, I will also link her video of the original Makeup Mess tag. Apparently, she was inspired by Shane Dawson to make the video, so let's talk about the icky parts of beauty. I'm up for that. I have filmed this look, by the way. Whether it's live yet or not, I'm not sure. If it is, I'll try and remember to link it in the description box. Okay, there are 15 questions. Grab a drink, grab a snack, put your feet up, because you all know how much I can talk. Okay. Question 1, how often do you wash your makeup brushes and sponges? Okay. Sponges I rinse out under running water after every time I've used them, and then clean them once a week with a solid bar of actually hand soap, to be honest, because I find that cleans them best. And then once a month, I've got a bag back here where I put them in, and once a month they go through the washing machine as well. In terms of brushes, if I've used a cream product, I always clean them off on a makeup wipe or one of these with some micellar water on. If as soon as I finish using them, and then again once a week, once a fortnight, depending how often they've been used, they get a deep clean. I tend to use baby shampoo for that. Powder products I clean off, as you can see, on a washcloth every time I use them, and again every 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how often I've used them. They get a deep clean with baby shampoo. I appreciate the fact that my skin is in pretty good nick, and I don't want to make it worse by using dirty brushes. I have got a top on, by the way, even though it may not look like it, and I've suddenly realised my top and my lipstick and my eyes all match. I was clearly having a monochrome day. 2, how do you organise your makeup collection? If you could see my kitchen table right now, you would laugh. I've got 2 large like makeup storage boxes. If I can find a picture, I'll stick it in here somewhere. That I've got the majority of my palettes in. I've got it's it's meant to be a chest of drawers drawer organiser that I've got on my table next to me, that has got sponges that are clean and ready to use, and then smaller items that I've not used yet or that I use regularly. So I've got a couple of Smashbox palettes there that I've not used yet. There's a Wet n Wild palette I haven't used yet. Highlighter from Wet n Wild that I've not used. Got a foundation in here that I need to try. Eyeliners and stuff. And then I've got my Coty Air Spun, which I keep a lid on because I'm such a klutz, and my colour switch. And then at this end I've got any current, because obviously I like to rotate through my foundations where I've got so many. So at the moment in here I've got NYX Stay Matte Not Flat, the NARS, this is the Luminous, yeah, All Day Luminous, the Colourpop No Filter. Will you go back in there, please, NARS? You came out, you can go back in. For goodness sake. Okay. My little mini mascara had fallen over, and any minis that I've got I keep in here. I've also got my MUA Custom Colour foundation mixer. This actually adds a pink undertone, a cool undertone to things, as well as lightening it. And then I've got stuff like strobe creams and things in here as well. And I keep my butter bronzer there because that's pretty much the one I use every day. Then I've got setting sprays, priming sprays, etc. And then I've got brushes back there. I've got another couple of foundations that I'm using, my Too Faced Sweet Peach, CYO Life Proof, Revolution Conceal and Define, W7 Vegan one. I've got all my liquid highlighters here, including all the skull ones that Revolution did. This one clearly is not a highlighter and it does stain. It's great for a lip stain though, with just a bit of gloss over the top. And again, I've got a lot of facial bits and pieces in here. So I've got tea tree cream, caffeine oil, Nip and Fab serums, witch hazel bits and pieces, and then some lippies. Then this side I've got acrylic organisers that have got things like, I've got a drawer full of all of my liquid eyeshadows. Next drawer up has got highlighters and bronzers. Next one up from there is highlighters. Next one up from there is blushes. And then I've got my Colourpop drawer. And then the two small ones at the top, I've got my loose pigments. And then things like brow pomade, more loose pigments. That's a Tarte gel eyeliner. And on the top of there I've got the lipsticks that I'm rotating through, some primers, some deep clean pads for when I get a spot, and more brushes. On this end I've got a huge I got the Wet n Wild mermaid collection. A friend of mine went to America and actually managed to bring it back for me, which was awesome. And that's full of loads and loads of lipsticks and stuff, so obviously I rotate those around all the time. Then I've got palettes on there that I want to be using, that I've pulled out of my collection that I intend to use. But before I can get to those, in front of me I've got a crap ton of brushes right here as well. I've got some setting sprays, I've got my Mario Badescu drying lotion for when I get a spot. I've got my Revolution mixing liquid for pigments and stuff. What else have I got back here? Oh, primers, face care, so things like moisturisers, SPF, etc. And then I've got a big box back there, which you can't actually see at the moment. I'm not going to take a photograph and put it up because it's just a bit of a shit pit, to be quite honest. which is full of palettes that are new to my collection that I haven't filmed with yet, that I need to film with before I start going back through ones that I've pulled out from my collection. But obviously, I had a couple of weeks over Christmas where mother-in-law gave me her cold, which I still have the tail end of at the moment. So I had a good 2.5 weeks that I couldn't film. So that was fun. And then I've got 3 big boxes over this side, which are full of liquid foundations. My Jeffree Star lipsticks are in one of the boxes with my palettes because foundations and liquid lipsticks should always keep your liquid lipstick in the box. If you take the foundation out of the box to make it easier to store, it should be kept out of UV light, as should liquid lipsticks be kept out of UV light, because they do react to UV light and they will dry up. If you have got a liquid lipstick that has dried up and you still want to use it, put a couple of 3 drops of argan oil in, give it a damn good shake it every day for about 7 to 10 days, and then that will loosen it back up. However, there's a very good chance that from that point, although you'll be able to use the liquid lipstick, it may not be transfer proof anymore. That was a really, really long answer. I'll try and make the rest of them shorter, sorry. Question 3, do you put your makeup products away after you're done using them or leave them out for tomorrow? Well, at the moment, because I'm filming, the majority of my stuff is actually on the kitchen table. Hubby and I tend to eat in the front room, to be honest. It's more comfortable for me with my back. So palettes get put back to either like the new stuff, the stuff from my collection, or put back away. Everything gets put back into the organisers, but the organisers and everything are out on the kitchen table. So kind of yes, kind of no. Loose or pressed powders. When I'm doing my makeup, I prefer loose powder. Obviously, it's pretty impractical to carry that around with you, so I do have pressed powders that I keep in my handbag for touch-ups when I'm out and about. 5. Do you ever fall asleep without taking your makeup off? I think I've only ever done that twice. And the most recent occasion, when I did actually doze off with my makeup on, I literally woke up about 20 minutes later going, I need to get this stuff off my face. And hubby's like, I thought you were asleep. I am, but I haven't taken my makeup off. So I always keep a packet of, I know they're not ideal, I keep face wipes or baby wipes by the bed. So if I do forget to take my makeup off, I can actually get the majority of it off with a baby wipe or a face wipe. I know it's not ideal, but one of my holy mantras for keeping your skin in good nick, and the fact that, most people refuse to believe that I'm 44, I always take my makeup off at night, and I rarely wear it for more than 10-12 hours. And the 10-12 hour ones are usually when I'm doing a foundation review. The majority of the time my makeup's on for 8 hours max, and I don't wear makeup every day either. What makeup rules do you like to break? If you're over 40, you can't use shimmers, and you definitely can't use them in your crease. Want a bet? If you're over 40, you should stay away from bright lipsticks. No. If you're over 40, you shouldn't have really bold eyelids. No. Too much highlight really emphasises all the wrinkles. You shouldn't do that. No. So, yeah, you tell me I can't do something just because I'm over 40, I'm probably going to do it anyway. I'm a bit of a rebel in that respect. If you can call yourself a rebel for putting bright colours on your face and shimmers through your crease, and what other sort of... there's so many, once you get over a certain age you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. Balls. If I like it, and I like how it looks, then I'm going to wear it. If you don't like it, do you know what that is? Your problem, not mine. 7. Will you use a product even if it's cracked or broken? Depends what it is. If it is a foundation where, for example, this one, pump keeps sticking, I have to keep, and you can't actually get, at least I haven't found a way of getting that pump off. So if I can't actually manage to fix it, I'm going to probably have to end up chucking this, because otherwise I'm going to have to try and break this top bit, which I don't want to have to do. Every so often this one sticks, but this one you can actually get the pump out, and then I just sort of like run the pump under running water to clean it and go back in again, and it's fine. If the bottle itself is damaged where air can get into a cream or a liquid product, then I won't use it, because it'll start contaminating, the oxygen will start contaminating the product. If it's an eyeshadow or something like that, I'll just repress it. Makeup costs too much to just throw it away just because it's broken. I mean, I got the Smoke Sessions palette from Melt. I still haven't filmed with it. And when it arrived, the shadows are pressed so softly that most of them, or at least over half of them, had actually smashed in transit, and I've actually had to repress them. But I'll still use them. I mean, Melt were really, really good and did give me a refund because of the fact it arrived damaged. But, you know, I repressed them. Obviously, I don't know now whether these are performing the way they would have done had they not been repressed, because I know, for example, Jeffree Star palettes, I dropped the first androgyny palette I had, and that his formula does not like being repressed. The shimmers are okay, but the mattes just won't repress. So, short answer, depends what it is. Long answer, you've just had that. 8. Do you wait to pan a product completely before you replace it? Again, it depends what it is. I mean, this Coty Airspun, you can see I'm about halfway down it now. But a friend of mine bought this back for me from America, because it's quite difficult to get over here. So when another friend went over, I got them to pick me another one up. So obviously I haven't anywhere near finished this one yet, because you get, good lord, you get 65 grams of powder in here. So obviously that I've got a backup for. Mascaras, I will usually have fresh ones ready, because obviously mascaras I change every 3 months anyway, as you should do. There's a couple of Jeffree lipsticks that were limited edition that I fell in love with the colour, and I will admit I did buy a second one of those so that if I'd used it all up I could still have the same colour. They were Pumpkin Pie, which I believe he's now put into his main range, Crocodile Tears, and Rich Blood, because that kept selling out every time it came, and Unicorn Blood, because they kept selling out every time they came back into stock. But the majority of the time, obviously setting sprays I've got a variety of, so as soon as I finish one bottle I'll then buy something else to replace it, but the majority of the time I'll only have one of, I mean I may have 16 different blushes, but they're all different colours. But normally, I mean, for example, if I run out of this, I'll wait until I'm pretty much almost completely out before I will replace it. And I'm about down to there with it now, because I do like this foundation. Spoiler alert. But yeah, most of the time I'll wait until I've either nearly finished it or have finished it before I replace. 9. How do you feel about sharing makeup? Again, it depends what it is and who it is. Mascara, I don't normally share. Unless I've only used it once, didn't like the brush, and then I'd sterilise the brush before I put it back in and then give that mascara on to a friend of mine, but tell them that I've used it. If I'd had an eye infection of any kind, I wouldn't obviously pass it on. Powder products, I really don't mind friends borrowing because they're easy enough to sanitise when they come back. Liquid lipsticks, depending on the person, I'll lend them to. Bullet lipsticks, again, so easy to sanitise when they come back, but obviously with liquid lipsticks, the applicator goes back into the lipstick, so it very much depends on who's wanting to borrow the makeup and what the makeup is as to whether I'll let someone use it or not. 10. How do you feel about buying or trading used makeup? I have bought used palettes because, as I said, they are very, very easy to sanitise. I have bought bullet lipsticks because, again, easy to sanitise. Liquid lipsticks I have only ever purchased from people that I know. Foundations and stuff I've bought second hand if they've got like a pump. If they haven't got a pump, I'm a little bit more But for example, I'd got the Born This Way Too Faced in porcelain, which was too dark for me, but I'd actually bought that second hand, so I wasn't overly fussed. And then I managed to pick up I think it was Snow or Swan. I think it was Snow. What colour did I get this one in? Because it's the same as this one. This one's Snow, so it must have been Snow that I bought it in. And again, it was someone that had bought it, used it once, had got the wrong colour. Over here in the UK, you can't take makeup back unless it's broken and there is something physically wrong with the component. Like, for example, had this pump started playing up within the first couple of weeks of me having it, I could have taken it back, but where I've had it a month now and you can see how much I've used. Don't even know if I've still got my receipt for it, to be quite honest. So again, it very much depends what I'm buying and who I'm buying it from. 11. How often do you declutter makeup? Every year, once a year, I'll do a huge declutter, usually at the end of the year. But I declutter stuff as I go. For example, because I'm not supporting Tarte at the moment until they sort their shade range out, obviously I've got products of theirs that I'd previously bought. For example, I've got Tarte Shape Tape, but you won't see me use it on camera. I've got a couple of Tarte foundations which I do need to do reviews of because people have asked how they work on my skin, but 9 times out of 10 you'll only see me wearing those either when I'm not filming or if I've filmed an eye look and then just bung the foundation on. You don't need to know what the foundation is. And I bought a load of their little mini blushes, and I just thought, you know what, I'm not using them. I kept one because it was a set of 5, and I kept the one called Journey, Don't stop, believe it. Sorry. Because I don't have a blush that shade in my collection. The other two are Exposed, which was the first Tarte blush I ever bought, and Captivating. So you can see three totally different shades. That's my perfect nude. I'm trying to find a drugstore dupe for Exposed. So if anybody knows a drugstore dupe for Tarte Exposed, please let me know. Because what I do like about the Tarte ones is that they do last 12 hours. You know, when I was at work, if I was going to a conference, or you know, if we had an exhibition and I was manning the stand, I would wear Tarte blushes because I know that I could put those on at sort of 6 o'clock in the morning and it would still be good at 5 o'clock when the exhibition closed. 12. Do you use your fingers to apply makeup? I apply my primer with my fingers. Sometimes I'll tap out concealer with my fingers, and if I'm having a no makeup day and I've used a cream highlight, then I'll normally tap that out with my fingers, but the rest of the time, no. Mainly because I'll end up gouging my eyes out, and also I think it's more hygienic to use brushes and stuff than your fingers, because obviously, you know, even though you washed your hands, there are going to be oils and stuff in your fingers that are going into the product. So, primer yes, everything else pretty much no. 13. What products, if any, do you hoard in your purse, bag, backpack, etc.? I've always got a lip salve. I've always got a lipstick of some variety, usually a liquid lipstick. I've always got powder. I've always got my Blotterazzi for picking up oils and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Powder and lipstick. I normally keep a concealer in there as well, for if my dark circles start breaking through during the day. So yeah, concealer, pressed powder, and lippy, and lip salve usually are in my handbag. 14. What is your least favourite step in your makeup routine? Least favourite step. Probably waiting for the moisturisers and SPFs and stuff to sink in before I can start putting makeup on, because I get bored very quickly. And the last question: what is your worst makeup memory? Well, besides the obvious, I dropped my androgyny palette and it smashed. That was horrific. Worst makeup memory. Oh god, the Sharpie brows that I was doing a couple of years ago. Those are a bit horrific. And prior to me getting acrylic gel on top of my natural nails, when I had press-on nails and I was in a lift and I was flirting with a gentleman in the lift and pushed the button for the floor that I wanted, and my false nail pinged off and smacked him on the cheek. Needless to say, I didn't get his number. So those are probably my worst ones. Dropping of one of my favourite palettes, the Sharpie brows. Oh god, and that charcoal mask thing. It was like, I felt like you were ripping half your skin off when you were taking it off. That's probably my worst makeup memories. I mean, I started putting makeup on in the 80s, so the whole of the 80s in terms of makeup was a bad memory for most of us. Yeah, getting getting emulsion paint and painting a white stripe across my nose because I wanted to look like adamant, and then getting a hiding from my mum because of putting paint that close to my eyes. Yeah, let's not go down that road, eh? And obviously now is the time to tag people, so I am obviously going to be tagging my girlies on the Beauty YouTuber Growth Group. If you haven't already done it, I challenge you to do it. I'm also going to challenge Val from Gimme Lip and More. If you haven't done this one yet, I want you to do it. And anybody who is watching this and wants to join in. If you don't have YouTube, then you can always put your answers in the comments box below, because I'll be extremely interested to hear some of your answers. Right? Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it's given you a little bit of an insight into the mad world I live in right now. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe. When you subscribe, don't forget to ring my bell, and choose all notifications so that you get told every time that I upload another one of these films. And talking another one of these films, there's an awful lot to choose from. I mean, you need to go and try and find this eye look for a start, because, you know, pretty stunning, if I do say so myself, looking pretty hot. And it's not because the heating's on, because it's not. Once you've watched all of my films, it'd be awesome if you could check out my girlies in the Beauty YouTuber Growth Group and see what their latest offerings are like. They don't blether as much as me, I promise. At least I don't think they do. Not all the time, anyway. Right. All that remains for me to say, as ever, is you'll stay fabulous, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.